what we used to call the graduation call. Now we're going to be doing it's Alchemist networking. So everybody who's come through the mentorship, it's close to 200 people, are going to be getting together, and some won't be able to make it. That's no problem, but some will be able to make it. Make sure you come with a clear intention of what you could use from the community, what you're looking for right now, and also what resources you have in the community that somebody could leverage from you that be a benefit to both of you. This way, in the chat, we're going to explode those chats. We're going to use the breakout rooms. We're going to be networking hard so that everybody has a chance to connect with multiple people. Hence, care if that's a good value add. It's a good opportunity. You don't have to leave your house, but you can network today. We're going to be doing these about every quarter. Initially, Dorena and I were thinking, let's do it every month, but that's kind of a lot. So we're going to do it every quarter for all of our community, get everybody back together. And that starts at 12 o'clock today. If you don't have the link, send Dorena a message or drop a question into Alchemist Nation, and we will get back to you. For everybody else, let's bring everybody into the room. This is your chance to ask questions or share results, share something about this lesson, or share one of your stories, something that ties in today's wealth principle 50. Never give up. And Manny, it's good to see you. I saw you pop in. Alicia, Melissa, Annie, Tom, good to see you guys. Awesome. Go ahead. What's going on in your world?
I give one experience that just happened about a week and a half ago relating to what we were just talking about with Mitch and the people quitting and trying to find people, and also his reference to the woman who is a no-nonsense person, very focused. So, we've all been through it all with the rehabs and the GCs and the electricians and who shows up, who doesn't show up, who does it right, we've all been through it. So very sad to say, but I had a single family that we were putting on the market. Well, it took an extra 30 days. So that was bullshit. And of course, I was putting my hammer down. Finally, everybody knew it was coming on the market. So I did a drive-by, and there was a light post that still wasn't painted. Nobody knew if it even worked. So I just was very upset. So, and I've been through this before with the team. So I tried to reach the electrician, of course, couldn't reach him, sent out a group text, and I called him 3 times in a row. And that's not like me. I like, when I want an answer, I want an answer. But, I'm pretty easy to work with. But when the shit hits the fan, that's it. So he gets on the phone. Mind you, he's got a full-time job and he's got others working for him. So his full-time job is not the electric, but he is a master electrician. So I could tell he was in a meeting and I didn't care. And I said, listen, you've been working on this for 90 days or close to 90 days. Why is it that nobody knows that this is not working? I'll be there today. That's not my question. My question is, in 2 to 3 months, not one person between you and the GC thought of looking to see if this works. I'll be there this afternoon. That's not my question. And on top of it, it looks like shit. I'll be there this afternoon. I said, no, I want an answer. I said, between the people being there, he finally said, I can't take this. I can't take this stress. This is my last job. We've been working together for 10 years. And he hung up. That was it. I'm not going to chase him. I got a replacement. So then the guy sent a text that so-and-so, this electrician, had to be at another job. I said, oh no, he just quit. So he sent a text making it look like I disrespected him. And I was like, no, do not play that game. But this is what happens. And when you have to put your foot down, you have to put your foot down. End of story. It's okay when our checks clear every Friday and we're constantly giving you work. And we're always there for you. And if you can't take this minor heat, why? Because I'm a woman? Oh no, that's not going to fly. Bullshit. So I just wanted to share that.
Let's give Melissa Baker a round of applause. Hell yeah. Sometime, and I love that you said it, because we have a lot of women in our community. We make up about 50% are women. And if you look at the faces on the camera right now, right? Like there is a need. And by the way, Melissa's not always like that. Just so you know, that's just sometimes you have to stand your ground with these guys. They can be clowns. It's like, no, like, I don't care what you're thinking in your head. You're going to get it done to my standards. And by the way, Melissa, they treat us the same way. It's not because you're a woman, it's because they're assholes, or they're just, they just don't understand the level that your expectation is. And I shouldn't even say that. They're not mean people. They just could use a little bit of education. And that's all we are, is we're educators at the end of the day. That's the frame that makes it easier to deal with people who just aren't doing things you want them to do. A little bit of education. And I just remembered the Russian princess is back. So Darina, if you can give us your take on Wealth Principle 50, the better
Yes,
version, the prettier
Walter.
version.
Good morning. I'm happy to be back. I missed a couple of calls. God damn it, Florida is nice. Russia was minus 18 Celsius. It was 2 weeks of, let's say, it's a more negative mindset than positive with a family. So I'm glad to be back. And it kind of brings me back to a story when I first arrived to the United States. I was 22 with a luggage, couple bucks, and with a ton of ambition. So, the year 1, year 2 were extremely difficult. Many stories happened, many situations happened, many people met, and never give up was my motto. And also, when your desktop goes kind of in a sleepy mode, I had that never give up sign floating around, reminding me that no matter what happens, just push through. Because, I already went through this. So, hey, I can also deal with this one. It's okay, no big deal. Now you handle this situation. You go to the next one and you think, it's fine. Since I already handled this too, I already 2-step forward. I can't give up now. Like, I have to push forward. So it's like in any deal. Okay, you already had an offer. You already had an inspection. Well, or there's the lender gives you a problem. Hey, well, let's work it through because we already halfway. Like, you're already halfway. I see the finish line. Let's not give up. Let's push through. And if you think of like billionaires and millionaires on the planet, if Elon Musk gave up 15 years ago, Tesla would never be a thing. He was negative for 15 years, not making any progress, failing. He was fine with it because he had a big vision. He would never give up. Everybody knows about Thomas Edison and the electric light bulb. 10,000 failures, which he doesn't call it failure. The ways it didn't work, he still found a solution here. He never gave up. And he always say, like, if people actually play to their fullest potential, they will be astounded with themselves. We give up too early. And Grant Cardone, he thought, okay, let me become a billionaire. So now he owns over 3 billion in real estate. Would he have given up? How many people he would have left behind and wouldn't educate, wouldn't give them a hand. So, there's so many examples. Just don't give up. You're no different from Elon Musk or other successful people because they made a choice to push through, and they're human beings. So they did it. You can do it. So that's my takeaway. I'm super excited to be back.
Let's give Darina a round of applause. It's very good to have her back. There was a story that Darina told me once where she actually, when she came to America, she had like no money. She couldn't afford rent. So she was living with friends and sleeping in like couches and houses, and like she finally got her own apartment. She was living in a basement apartment, and she said there were like centipedes, and she's like, I couldn't like she sees bugs now. She's like, I'm not going to deal with it anymore. Like, I don't have to. I already went through those tough times of like living in basements with bugs and like stuff crawling around. Like, she's like, no, I don't. I've worked too hard to get here. Because she could always see her vision. She could always see that she was going to live a good life. She's always knew she was going to be a part of something bigger and like doing stuff. And like every time, like it's like so funny because I almost like, I love her so much. So like sometimes she'll tell that story and I'm inside my head, I'm like, oh, you poor thing. Like it chokes me up a little bit just thinking about like the things that she's been through to get to where she is today, to come to a new country. Last night, she showed me what my name looks like in Russian. There's not a G. There's like a P, there's an M in there. There's like none of the right letters are in there. So to hear how well she speaks English, it's just, it blows my mind, like the things that she's done, and to become a millionaire, to have bought property by herself without, anybody else's help. I mean, she had help obviously, but without like a partner to buy property with. She's doing it alone. It's absolutely amazing. Anybody can do it, really. If somebody can come with so many disadvantages, not being from this country, not speaking the language, not knowing anything about real estate, being in the serving industry, right? Working in restaurants, to be able to go and buy real estate and learn it, then you can do it. It is possible for any one of us to get to the goals that we're looking for. And I was talking to a billionaire, literally a billionaire. His name's Ramy. I can't think of his last name, but he wrote the book, You Really Can Think and Grow Rich. It's about the Think and Grow Rich book. And I'll find out what his name is. If you guys ask me a question, I'm working on getting him at the 100 Millionaire Summit. But what he said to me Thursday night when I was on a call, because I'm in a mastermind, we paid to be in a mastermind surrounded by millionaires. And he said that whenever I hit a goal, I'm thinking about why I'm doing it. I'm not worried about the money. I never think about the money. I'm just thinking, I want to do this thing. I just want to go do this thing. And obviously I choose the things that I'm doing based on how much money they're going to make. First, I go and think, on that scale of how much money it'll make. But then I never think about the money again. I'm just thinking about, I want to do this thing. So if something doesn't work out, okay, I'm still doing the thing. I just got to figure out how to do it. Maybe the strategy I used didn't work, but I'm not changing the goal. And I say this often: be unrelenting on your goals, unyielding on the result you're looking for, but be flexible in how you do it. Right? If you got to ask for help, cool. If you got to bring somebody in, cool. Like if you got to go and try a different strategy, different way, like maybe online leads don't work right now, or maybe, mailing doesn't work right now. I'm going to go do email, or I'm going to go text, or I'll do RVM, or I'll do phone calls, or I'll door knock. I'll do whatever it takes. Maybe I got to bring a sales team in. But, as marketing shifts around, you got to shift around. Don't be rigid in how you do it. This is how people get broken, right? Yeah, Mitch knows. This is how you get broken.
Everything you're saying, bro. It goes back to, that quote I love from Jeff Bezos. He says, be stubborn with your vision and flexible with the details.
I love it.
The mountain's not moving. The mountain's not changing. That destination, that vision you have is basically the mountain, but you don't have to take one specific road to get there. You can get off on different exits and zigzag a little bit if you need to, or go, off paved roads into the terrain. Those are those times where, things are rough. When you're off the easy paved road, you had to get out into the dirt a little bit and drive over the bumps. That's when, you're fighting on your deals and fighting on your flips and, picking up the phone and dialing. So, I think Julie Bradley has something to share and some questions. I feel like she has questions and things she wants to share. So I think Julie should unmute. I have this feeling. I don't know why. It's like this vibe.
Let's bring Julie Bradley on. And for everybody else, we're going to log off in about 3 minutes. So if you have questions, go to alchemistnation.com, drop in a message. You can put it in the main community. You can send it direct to me or any of the other mentors. And if you haven't done a Facebook Live this week, jump on, create your own Facebook Live on your Facebook and talk about this wealth principle, whatever it means to you. And by the way, the best lives are stories. So tell a story of a time where things weren't working out, but then you made it work. You figured it out. And if it's about real estate, you might attract lenders, you might attract deals, and you might attract partners. So just a strong suggestion. Go ahead, Julie.
Right down that same alley for me, just trying to share my story and hopefully inspire. A lot was said about faith in terms of not giving up. And I closed on my first flip on December 2nd. Haven't yet to start work on it about a month after the contractors starting to ghost me. So that's what I was reaching out to Mitch for too, because he literally answered my questions before I could even ask them, in terms of just picking up the phone and start dialing more contractors to replace them. And so that's the beauty of this community. And I think the response to your steadfast faith and just believing in your, getting to the end result by any means necessary and taking that zigzag road, if necessary. You just can't give up on yourself. You've got to keep it going. So, I just had a conversation with one of my clients who happens to be a carpenter in the same state. So I feel like my faith pays off 100%. And I'm thankful. Thank you.
Where's your flip, Julie?
Connecticut.
Nice.
Let's give Julie Bradley a round of applause. She is not just an amazing real estate investor, an amazing mom. She's also an amazing part of our community. And she's our personal bookkeeper for South Coast Capital Investments and for the training company. She keeps us on track. So thank you, Julie, for everything that you do. And thank each one of you for showing up, for being your authentic self, for building your business. Your success is the success of this entire community. The more wealth you build for yourself, the more valuable you are to everybody around you, in your family, in your community, to us here in Alchemist Nation, as we're looking for lenders, looking for partners, looking for people who could do deals, who can find deals. So keep growing your skills, keep growing your knowledge, keep growing your desire to get to the next level. And if you're not thinking 100 units, or if you're not thinking millionaire, you're thinking too small. I guarantee you that it is possible for you. If I could do it, then you can do it. If Ron can do it, if Terry can do it, if Ryan McDermott can become millionaires, if all of us can do it, right, then it's possible for you. If you haven't been aiming or thinking about it, because I had the conversation with Dorina last night. I was like, I never really looked at what a billion would look like. You know, I don't even know like how much dollars that is. I got behind me $1 million right there. You see that? That's $1 million. That's what it physically looks like. $1 billion. She's like, well, would that fill up the living room? That's my Dorina voice. I was like, no, babe, that would fill up this entire freaking apartment. Like that, you're talking about pallets and pallet, because $1 billion is 1,000 millions. It's a million 1,000 times, right? So imagine having 1,000 of those. Takes up a lot of space. So in order to start attracting it, you have to think on that level. You have to start thinking, you know, what does $1 million actually look like? There it is. That's $1 million, right? That's why we brought it to the summit. That's why we did that event at the summit, to say, hey, this is what $1 million looks like. Here's a real representation of it. Like physically, this is what you are looking to attract. And in real estate, it's just a couple of buildings. And in Boston, it's just one building. Right, Manny? In San Diego and LA, it's just one building. And sometimes it's a parking space. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got to jump off. I got to go do a live call with Dr. Terry Wager. We're going to be jumping on, and he's going to be answering some questions that I have about success and mindset and never giving up, and some of the conversations he's been learning over the years. So thank you, each one of you, for your success. We're on a mission to build 100 millionaires who are inspired to build 100 millionaires. I will see each one of you on the next call. Next week is Wealth Principle 51, which is... Oh, I just closed the screen. Who knows what Wealth Principle 51 is?
It's not pick up the phone and start dialing.
You know what? We pushed that so hard, it should be. It's learn to love solve. It's the next one. Learn to love solving problems for people and getting rich doing it. It is the secret to all of our success. Learn to love solving problems for people and getting rich doing it. And we're going to teach you how we do that. Cheers to your success. When you have a choice, always work with the best.
With the best of the best. Walter, I put the link in the chat.
Is it in the chat? All right, then I will see you there. Later, guys.
Hi, guys. Cheers.
You can message me on Alchemist Nation with any questions. Alicia, good to see you. Jacob, later. Bye, Diana. Bye, Ann. Bye, John. Bye, Masood. Good seeing you, brother. Great ideas this week. I love seeing it. Later, Tom. Bye, Ajan.